During the offseason, you know, those guys really took it to heart about protecting the quarterback and open holes for the back. And, you know, this entire spring, you know, those guys have just been in the classroom learning it, working to detail, going into detail with their work, and just coming out, executing and making the plays look the same way they look on paper.
What do you think about your playmakers on the outside? Are you guys still looking for somebody to kind of step up there, or do you feel pretty good about Devontae and Andrell Smith and Eli Rogers and those kind of guys?
Man, each one of those guys are unique. You know, they have their own game, and they all play different. But the one thing about them is they love to catch the ball and they love to make plays, and that's the biggest thing we look for.
How different has this been for you this spring?
Well, it's been different compared to last season. You know, last season you come in, I was new to college and, you know, had to learn the system. But being a year into it and, you know, just trusting the guys who are in the system with me and just going in and out, day in and day out with those guys is just very different.
Coach Hurt says he knows that you're relaxed now. In what ways do you know that you're relaxed?
I mean, I just seem like I'm the type of person who doesn't let anything get to me. You know, you have to play this game with no emotions. And, you know, you can't get too high over a big pass and you can't get too low over a bad pass. So, you know, just being relaxed and calm, like Coach Watt said, the eye of the hurricane. And that's the way I go about playing the position.
So you got four really good running backs back there. Talk a little bit about the competition amongst those guys this spring.
I mean, those guys have been fighting for that spot and for that job. You know, each scrimmage, each practice, those guys came out and ramped their pass low and just trusted the coaching that they received. And, you know, Corbin Lamb, Dominique Brown, Sonoris Perry, Jeremy Wright, those guys all just playing big roles to this offense.
Did any one of those guys kind of stand out in your mind, maybe that you know, is going to emerge from spring practices as the leading candidate going into fall camp?
I mean, based on the spring, you know, I see it as it just was equal. You know, those guys all just came out and competed at a high level, and that's what we're looking forward to.
What would you describe this offense as?
This offense is just, you know, it's a multiple offense. You know, we have a variety of plays, variety of formations that we can beat a team with. We can play an entire game in 21 personnel, or we can just come out in 10 personnel. So we have a huge variety of formations and plays.
How about your offensive line? It seems like they returned quite a few guys, a lot of talent there.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of talent. You know, those guys this entire offseason, they took it to heart about protecting the quarterback, opening holes for the running backs. So guys like Jamon Brown and John Miller, who were freshmen last year, those guys are really grown up. And then we have the leaders, Alex Cupper, Jake Smith, and Mike Romano and John Walker, the center. I mean, Chris Walker, excuse me. And we're just expecting big things from those guys.
You think they're motivated at all by the belt ball?
Oh, yes, we're highly motivated. You know, we don't want to settle for less. You know, our main goal is to win it all here, and that's the way we're going to go about with things.
How much more of the playbook are they throwing at you now compared to last year?
I mean, you know, in the spring, you know, you have some plays that you put in to see how they look, and then if you don't like them, you take them out. So, you know, each day we come in, you know, it's scratch and mix. So, but it's been a lot. You know, we have some new personnel, new formations. So it's just been things that we had to adjust to.
How much do you guys actually talk about being the favorite in the Big East and getting to a BCS bowl?
Oh, we talk about it a lot because, you know, like Coach Strong said, 2 years ago, no one would have picked Louisville to win the Big East. So those things like that just motivate this team, and we just remember what was said 2 years ago, and we try to go out and execute and be a better team.